Hey guys, I'm glad you're here. So, I am going to discuss today something that Candus Wells, the mother of Summer Wells, who has been missing since June 15th of this year, 2021, something that Candace said in an interview with Chris McDonough from the interview room. And I do have the actual video link in the description. So if you want to check out the entire video, it's a great video. Um, you can find it there. Oh, thanks, Tanya. I miss you. We'll have to chat. Your pup, uh, Tanya sent a picture of her dog in Facebook. It was so cute. But looks like a big baby. Anyway, okay, Tanya, hopefully we can talk soon. Maybe after I'm done, I'll try messaging you to see if you're still up. I know it's late for you. Um, okay, and AJ said, thank you, Piper, for doing another live about summer. XO. Thank you, AJ. This case of Summer Wells has been something that it affected me like Delphi did. I haven't done any videos on Delphi because I got so entrenched and so involved and then got tunnel vision as to who I thought was doing what, and I just couldn't be objective. And but I was really struck by it, maybe because it's near where I live. But this Summer Wells case has kind of affected me the same way. I'm trying really hard to just put out videos that are informational, and also factual and things that we can discuss. Obviously, our discussions aren't factual, they're opinions, but I think that it's worth discussing. That's how problems are solved. So, okay, let's see. Oh, good, Tanya. Great. That's awesome. Hopefully we can FaceTime. I look like crap tonight. I haven't been like fixing myself up lately. I don't know what's up with that. Look at me. I'm just a mess. I don't have any makeup on. My hair's just pulled up. My glasses. I always have my glasses on, but I'm not looking so hot. So that's why I've got the icon on. And also it's a little distracting to try to keep like making sure I'm in the picture and trying to look at the camera. I'm on my laptop, so not the easiest. I don't have like a professional setup here. So all right, folks, I'm going to go back to the icon. Actually, I want to why don't I just go to the topic at hand? So let me play this video and then we can talk about it. But it's, again, oops. I guess I need to make sure I'm sharing it. I can never, one thing I don't like about, I love StreamYard because it's free for up to 20 hours and, you're able to use their platform to be able to, okay, so it's still showing me, but to able to stream things, but you can't see, oh goodness, I'm just all over the place here. Open Google. Goodness. Like you can't see your screen. Like if you want to open something in StreamYard and show it, then you can't like see the chat. You can't see all kinds of stuff. So it's That's the only bummer about it. Oh, that sounds wonderful, sitting at a campfire. We went to Lake Huron a week or two ago and stayed for a week, and we camped on the beach there. It was beautiful. The stars were beautiful. There wasn't any light pollution. We got so lucky. Okay, so what am I sharing down here? Okay, let me do this. And then I think maybe, I don't know if I can still see. It's just so annoying. All right. No, I can't see. So let me just go ahead and make it full screen. All right. So this is the interview room, Chris McDonough, and I think in his copyright statement, no live streams are authorized, but you can use it. It says don't remove the TIR watermarks, and please make sure you credit and link the source. So I'm crediting the video, and the link is in the description, and we're just going to play a little bit of this. I'm going to rewind a little bit so you can get some context. But what we're talking about here is what I'm really interested in you guys listening to is the part where she says what happened when she went down the stairs, and when she said I blew up. So, okay. Oh, I realized the other day that when I play videos, it's echoing. It's because I didn't have my earbuds in. I have my earbuds in now. I don't like the way it sounds, but at least it'll stop the echoing. Here we go. And hey, y'all. I'm watching chat, so if you need me to turn this video up or down, or if I'm too loud or whatever, at any time throughout the video, just say it in the chat and I'll adjust it. Okay, so the sound isn't shared. Let me try it again. Okay, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to rewind it. You let me know if we've gotten the right sound.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a time person. Never have been.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I said, Mom, I'm going back over with the kids, chill and hang out, whatever. And I freaking asked her brothers, well, where'd your sister go? She was just right here with you. But she wanted to go play with her toys downstairs, Mom. I said, I think none of them, because that's where our room is. That's where her toys are.
Okay.
And after about a second, I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, you sure she went downstairs? They're like, yeah, Mom, she went downstairs.
Okay.
And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. I call it a mess. We built it over the staircase. I guess you could call it a bar, but it's not really a bar because we don't drink that much. So, but it was like where we put our TV stand, stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, Summer. And she didn't answer me. I said, Summer, are you down there? And she didn't.
Okay. Sorry to stop it so quick. She says, Summer, are you in there? Like, already she's showing emotion. She's not prone to emotion, so that's why it's standing out to me.
Didn't answer me. So I ran down the stairs pretty much.
And she ran down the stairs. I'm trying to think if it were my house, I'm looking for my child. I've never run down the stairs when I went down there to see if they were there.
So I was freaking out. I was like, why is she not answering me?
I also wouldn't be freaking out if they didn't answer me, because I've had that happen before and I didn't freak out, and I ended up finding them.
And I looked I just went, I blew up. I went everywhere looking for it, so I couldn't find.
I blew up. She's like, I blew up. I went everywhere looking for her. I couldn't find her. I'm trying to think, why would you blow up? So I keep interjecting here, like, oh, I would do this, I would do that. I don't know what I would do in her situation. I know what I've done in similar situations in my life. At this moment, she doesn't know her daughter's missing. She just is looking around the house for her, and she's 5 years old. I guess I don't understand why this was such a big deal to her before she even knew that she was missing. She's just still looking for her. She doesn't even know she's missing yet. Yeah, Kaleidoscope, I panic too. But I'm trying to put myself in this position. I only have myself as a barometer, to compare to. I don't know what other people would do. So please keep that in mind. I'm not judging her either. What I'm trying to do is figure it out. Like what she was feeling and why. Like, why was she already feeling this way? Just joy. Yeah, blew up means like fly off the handle. Like, why did she blow up? Why did she fly off the handle when she doesn't even know that her daughter's missing? She's just looking for her. And it's true. Words don't come out right. But I think the underlying sentiment is still relevant. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit. We'll play it one more time.
I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, you sure she went downstairs? They're like, yeah, Mom, she went downstairs. Okay. And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. I call it a mess. We built it over the staircase. I guess you could call it a bar, but it's not really a bar because we don't drink that much. So, but it was like where we put our TV stand, stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, Summer. And she didn't answer me. I said, Summer, are you down there? And she didn't answer me. So I ran down the stairs pretty much. I was freaking out. I was like, why is she not answering me? And I looked, I just went, I blew up. I went everywhere looking for her. So I couldn't find her nowhere.
Okay. And then what happened?
She was just gone.
Okay.
She was just gone into nowhere. And I started tracing the property, going everywhere I could. I sent my boys down through we live on a hill, so it was down in the...
Okay. So the reason that I bring this up is it opens so many possibilities. Let me exit full screen here. Oops. All right. Hey, guys. Hey again. Okay, I'm going to let's see. Let me get rid of this banner. Okay. But the reason I bring it up is it does open up so many possibilities. And, it could be when she started walking down the stairs, she saw maybe the shelf that's down there had fallen over. Like, was there something that made her blow up? Like, maybe she saw the door open, or maybe she saw Summer at the bottom of the stairs. Maybe Summer fell down the stairs. It just opens up possibilities because people choose words for a reason. They express an emotion, an idea. I don't think it's accidental that she used the phrase blew up. It's She said it for a reason. Words mean something. So anyway, let's get to some of these comments. We already did kind of go over some of these. Ton, oh my God. Like, even if my dog's missing, I instantly panic. But I wouldn't describe it as blowing up. Like, I've panicked. I've driven around my neighborhood looking for my dogs. I yelling for them, screaming for them. I wouldn't describe it as blew up. I might say the situation blew up, like if I had to call the police and everybody's there on scene, and I could see that possibly, but just as walking down the stairs blew up, I don't know. It just seems out of, sorry, half my face is like hidden by but I don't know. Don't know why those words would be chosen in that context. And yes, it is a stressful situation when she's talking to Chris and kind of explaining the day. Words don't always come out right. And hi, Joy. I didn't say hi to you earlier when I saw your other comment. It's nice seeing you here. I don't know you, so I'm excited to see you. Yeah, laugh and joke about the situation. I don't know, maybe it's a coping mechanism. I don't know how to answer that at all. I don't know what I would do. I joke and sometimes laugh really inappropriately, especially if I'm nervous or scared of something, fearful of something. I will try to laugh it off. Yes, Tanya, same with me, because I will kind of escape. I'll leave the area or what have you, or like I might be abrupt when I talk, like just give me a minute, and so it does kind of sometimes look angry. Yeah. I wanted to show you. So what she's talking about is going down those stairs, and so I wanted to show you what those stairs look like. Hold on a second while I search. Actually, I'll share my screen while I look. I always forget to take that off, and it gets in the middle of, like, it shows or it blocks the picture, what I'm trying to show. Let's turn this off. Okay. Oops. All right, where is the video? I've got two I want to show you. Okay, so this is the first one, and I have to find the spot.
I don't know if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
Okay, this is it. Got lucky. Okay, so I'll show you. They're going to go through the house here. So you can kind of see what she's talking about as far as, when she walks into the kitchen and all of that.
Well, I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here, bro, with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, mom, to play. So I went over here like this. So this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
Those are the stairs, y'all,
on the other side.
Oh, okay.
to
in
the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
And then I yelled, I said, Summer. And she didn't. I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it makes more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he could fit, you can.
This. Oh, my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here.
You guys see this shelf over here? Who knows what was on it, but I talked about it in my other video. It certainly could have fallen. And, as she's coming down the stairs are right behind this wall over here on the other side of this shelf. She might have seen that.
And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the Savior.
The boys I brought back down here.
There's damage on the wall on the drywall. It's right at the right edge of the screen. I got a better shot of it in another video. Donald Wells is a drywall finisher, so he could easily repair that. I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the fall. I have no idea. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
After she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay. And this is all her toys.
These are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see that.
Yeah, I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that I've bought. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds of, here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really
I want to
called,
kind of fast forward.
but she liked them, and so I just, every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
Whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get under there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on one side and standing work. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
So here's the door. It's so hard because of the way. I imagine it would be difficult to videotape that and really give a good feel for where this door is. I don't know if she could see it as she was coming down the stairs or not. But so there's the door. She could have seen the door open. Who knows? I was hoping to get a better shot of the stairs. I don't think there is one here. Yeah, now they just go outside.
Sit right here and just sit here and play just for,
So that's that one that kind of shows the inside of and down the stairs. This again was the interview room, and this one is inside Summer Wells' home and bedroom with Candus Wells. I don't know if I linked this. Oops, I didn't mean to save. I don't know if I linked this or not. I don't want to get in trouble for copyright stuff. But I'll put that in there after the video. Yeah, Tanya, what the heck? I know. Looks like they're doing the best with what they had. Not ideal.
David,
this is from Chasing Truth. I did link this video in my description as well. I don't know where she got these photos, but they're great. There's music playing in the background. What I really want to show is the stairwell. I did take a screenshot of it, but I want to make sure I give her credit. So I'm just going to show it here. I'm going to mute it because it's music. And then we'll go and try to find where that stairwell picture is. Here's inside the house. They don't have much storage, but they've got clean clothes up here, a little bit of laundry, but I've said this before, it's nothing. That little heap is nothing compared to my house, so no judgment. Oh, here it is. This is the stairwell going down to the basement. Look how narrow that is. I know, Tanya, but it's okay. I don't have a lot of subscribers, and so really, there's not many people in the chat. And I think others are, Graz has a live going on, and so I'm really kind of impeding on his time, not on purpose. So I think that's part of it. But I'm just glad. I want people to watch and get the word out, and maybe some ideas, and just get people's wheels turning about different possibilities. Because I am going to discuss victimology about Summer, her risk factors for a specific event, and her strengths, things that would help her protective characteristics, and also characteristics of a would-be predator or somebody who accidentally did something or did something on purpose. So I'm kind of setting that up with these videos and showing some of the important areas. This is, supposedly the last place she was seen was going down these stairs. So I think they're important. Yeah, those are weird stairs. Oh, I missed your last message, Tanya. Yeah, they're really weird stairs. It's interesting how they're kind of behind this bar in the kitchen. You have to crawl down there. They're hidden, but then no railings. They're very narrow. They look very steep. I don't know how high or how deep these steps are, but I would easily fall down those things. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of balance. So, yeah, Tanya, I couldn't run down those stairs either. Yeah, they look perilous. All right. So anyway, back to the topic, I guess, at hand, and that is, why did she say that she blew up? Oh, hi, AJ. So I'm late. Hey there, Tanya. I've missed seeing you around. Hope you're going well. Yeah, I know it's nice to have Tanya back and have Tanya here. We've chatted a little bit on Messenger, but I was just MIA for like 3 months. So, but let's talk about this thing. Why would she say that? Why would she say she blew up? Why? If she did blow up, what would make her blow up on those stairs? Is it a possibility one of the boys were down there? You know, there are so many things that could be the reason for her saying that. You think it just means she freaked out? Why did she freak out though so soon? She hadn't even realized that Summer wasn't down in the basement yet. She was, going down the stairs. She got to almost to the bottom of the stairs, and then she just blew up. I'm putting myself in that position, and I've lost, well, at one point, I couldn't find my son in the grocery store, and he was about 6 or 7 at the time. And instantly you get that sick feeling, your heart sinks, and you panic. I didn't blow up. I didn't freak out immediately. I, looked down the couple aisles surrounding where I was, and there he was. I found him quickly. So, I don't know. And I'm an anxious person too, and I tend to freak out pretty early on. So, but to freak out at that time, the timing is weird. It's before she even knew that she was missing. In the hi and on, by the way. But she, in her own narrative, she says, like, I came down the stairs and then looked here, looked there, and went out the door. I don't know if it was locked or unlocked, because usually she'll just play right here. She was gone. So in her mind, it's as if her realizing that Summer wasn't there was a little bit later. So I don't know why she freaked out so early, but it is definitely a possibility that you're right. She was just freaking out because she was downstairs and the boys were supposed to be watching her or what have you. So, we will play this one more time and then I'll end the live stream. And one of the next upcoming videos, this wasn't meant to be a super long live stream. It was just meant to kind of discuss this and get your guys' feelings on it. And also to put it out there that just to think about, as another possibility, another idiosyncrasy in this case. So I'm going to play it one more time, and then we will end the live stream. After the ad. And on. I go back and forth constantly. I have no idea what to think about this whole thing. It's a mystery. But there's there's so many possibilities.
Gotta be tiny to get in
No,
there.
you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it'd make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you.
So, okay, we're going to listen to her explain one more time.
My 6-foot husband can fit down here. You can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he could fit, you can.
This. Oh my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay,
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
that's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down
Oh,
here.
am I not sharing
These are all
this?
her toys, all her
Oh,
pencils,
good
all
Lord.
Her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here.
I don't
after she went missing, 'cause I
understand
didn't
what
want
the
them
heck.
upstairs by themselves
Okay.
anymore.
And this is all
And
her toys.
Them are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are dang near all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see.
Yeah.
Did I miss where she said that? Where she
These
came
are
down
all
the
her little
stairs?
toys that we bought, and then girls that she likes. New fashion.
I've got it written down, the timestamp.
She's like all kinds of.
Oh, it's coming up. Let's fast
Oh,
forward.
this is one of them can't. Okay, so this is walk. Okay.
This isn't. No,
Pretty as
this
hell.
is a different video.
Huh?
I said it's not the.
Okay.
I can't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital.
Maybe that's her logic, and so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt in relationship to that. Right?
Maybe it's this.
Flowers with her mother
Oops, I'm going the wrong way.
as well, mother. Okay. And maybe logic mentions, quote, "I'm not getting caught for that." Okay. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to put the video up real fast.
I went everywhere looking for her, so I couldn't find her nowhere.
Here it
And
is.
then what happened?
After about a second, I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, "You sure she went downstairs?" They're like, "Yeah, Mom, she went downstairs."
Okay.
And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. I call it a mess. We built it over the staircase. I guess you could call it a bar, but it's not really a bar because we don't drink that much. So, but it was like where we put our TV stand, stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, "Summer." And she didn't answer me. I said, "Summer, are you down there?" And she didn't answer me. So I ran down the stairs pretty much. I was freaking out. I was like, "Why is she not answering me?" And I looked I blew up. I went everywhere looking for her, so I couldn't find her nowhere.
Okay. And then what happened?
She was just gone.
Okay.
She was just gone into nowhere. And I started tracing the property, going everywhere I could. I said,
So yeah, that was it again, just for good measure. Anyway, let's see. Someone lost their marbles. Marble in my bathroom. I lost my marbles, but I don't think I was in your bathroom. Thank you so much for covering Summer Case. Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. I'm obsessed. From the beginning, I thought she was lost in the woods. So many possibilities. In my last video, I showed where that door where you exit directly across from it is the woods. So she could have easily gotten over that path. And today in the interview room, Chris McDonough, his stream that he did tonight, where he talked about Don Wells and his conversation with Don Wells, I'm going to delay um, my opinion on it, only because there was so much in it, so much information that to sort through. And he almost presented it as if he suspected Don. He, at the very beginning of the live cast, listed all of Don's convictions, his offenses. Let's see. I mean, look at all this documented criminal history, charges from 1990 to 2007. And he says something like, he's got a forgery charge, so he makes up stories. It was interesting how he discussed things, but it just almost seems like he presented it as if he really thought Don was guilty of something. I really, it's hard to say. I don't know. I have to watch it a couple times. Anon says, I wished Don had not shared summer sleeping in the same bed with parents. Yeah, I know. My kids sleep with me from time to time, and especially when they were young like that, they loved sleeping in my bed. I'm single though, so I don't know about sleeping in bed with mom and dad. When I was a kid and I'd get scared, I wouldn't get in bed with them. I would sleep on the floor next to their bed. Yeah, I know, Anon. I'm sure that won't go unpunished. This is the protective order request from Candus. He drinks and throws things. I am afraid of being hurt. Let me make this bigger. I can't read it. He is abusive physically and mentally toward me. I am afraid for my children and myself. My mother fears he is going to hurt her because she is staying in her camper on the property. And also, Chris in this interview says that he blames Grandis's bum knee on abuse from Don. I mean, I was really kind of blown away by everything. He talked about Don's niece Trish and the sexual interaction they had when they were kids, or not kids, but younger. He went through Donald Wells' Facebook posts. I mean, he's, I don't know. He read them. So look at this. And this is Don's son. He's saying that this is learned behavior, possibly. And he says all behavior is purposeful. I'm reading comments. AJ agrees with Anon about the rumors, possibly with her sleeping in the same bed as her parents. Anon says, in my opinion, I think Chris believes Don was home and left the day Summer went missing. Anon, I've been wondering that too. He has really strong suspicions of Don, and he is very not that way with Candus. So they're both the parents. So why, there's got to be something there because he treats them so differently and talks about them so differently. Yeah, Tanya, my son slept with me too. I think a lot of people's kids sleep with them. I think that's normal. I mean, that's why they warn you not to have your baby sleeping with you, because, you know, you could roll over on them. Obviously, it's something people do. Kids love it. It's good bonding as well. You know, they feel safe. Chris puts here the last message from Dawn. There's a gag order. Stay away. Now, Dawn explains this more in the video, but goodness gracious, you know, I don't know. He came down on Dawn pretty hard in his live tonight. So let's see. I was also wondering if Chris thinks Dawn found Summer and there was an accident and Candus doesn't really know what happened. I think Chris believes that Candus knows what happened, because he mentions it seems like she's dealing with guilt. And he said possibly from, you know, just knowing what happened, not having any direct involvement in it. He mentioned that. And then, you know, I was wondering, though, if Chris was thinking there was an accident. There's definitely, Chris has some major suspicions, you know. So, Ton, I refuse to speculate about parents, but it seems clear that either way, something really bad something really bad has happened to Summer, and we don't know what it is. In my last video, I really showed and talked about how easy it would be for somebody to abduct her where they are, and out in the country, that kind of stuff happens. Where I grew up, I had somebody twice try to get me in their car. So that kind of stuff happens for real. I don't refuse to speculate about the parents. I don't refuse to speculate about any part of the you know, surrounding events and people, because that's how we figure things out. You know, let's talk about it, let's speculate, but let's speculate based on facts, not you know, rumors and that kind of thing. But speculating is how we kind of figure things out. You know, we speculate and then we think, but that really wouldn't be possible because of this or that. You know, I think it's done with good intent, and on and on. Both my kids slept with me when they were sick, nightmares. I just know how bad yeah, exactly. Same thing with mine. And rumors, bullying, and accusations do not help. I agree 100%. Chris is Chris McDonough from the interview room, and that is this video here that I was showing. So it's the interview room with Chris McDonough. So that's who Chris is. Okay, well, we're going to close it out here, and we'll look forward to another video on Summer Wells. I might take a break from Summer depending on how things go. I want to talk about Maya Miliete, just kind of briefly. Her parents are, her family is just frantically looking for her, and there's some weird stuff and surrounding her disappearance. So I'd like to go over that just a little bit and give it some light, get the story out there for people to be aware and on the lookout, that kind of thing. So we may throw a Maya Miliete video in here too at some point. All right, guys, and as always, I love you guys. Thank you for coming. Make sure to keep shining your light like you guys do. You're all so kind. Love each other and love yourself. And I will see you soon. Bye, guys.